Hey everybody, welcome to the Broken Nugget Farm channel. I have more trees. Specifically, I have 12 pecan trees, or pecan trees, or whatever you want to call them. We can fight about that some other time. So I got these from Lakeview Pecan, not a sponsor, from a man named Ben. Ben is very knowledgeable on pecans and he'll discuss them with you, any questions or anything like that. So I highly recommend talking to them. Pretty good price. I got 12 bare root. What I have is 4 Lepons, 4 Lakotas, and 4 Gaffords. If you're familiar with pecans or some of the fruiting trees, you know that they have to have cross-pollination. So in pecans, that's the type 1 and type 2, and these are a good mix of that. So they should all cross-pollinate well. They should have a very good disease resistance. We get a problem with like cedar rust and things like that. Most of the trees out here aren't cedar. They're some sort of pine or can't remember the other type, but there's another evergreen. It looks like a cedar, but it's not. I've gotten rid of a lot of the cedars out here because they cause rust with apples and things like that. So anyway, so hopefully I'm going to get these buried. Like I said, I got 12 of them. They need a bit more spacing. The ground out here, this was mulched down a couple of years ago. There's still going to be stumps and things like that I'm going to run into. So I'll probably dig a hole or part of a hole and then have to move and dig another part of a hole. But the goal is to get these into the ground. And then I'll come back in and top them out a little bit, because what you don't want is there's a ton of buds right around the top of all of these. You don't want this splaying of buds growing up. So that's what I'm going to be doing for the next little while. I'm not going to make you watch me dig holes. I have to space them out and figure out where I'm going to put them. I've got my some of the chestnuts over here. I need about 25 feet of spacing for chestnuts, but these need like 40 feet of spacing. So I'm going to have to figure all that out. These 12 will probably do a pretty good job of filling up the little bit of space I have out here. So anyway, that's what I'm going to be doing now. All right, there you go. It's above, the hole's above the roots. That one's kind of tilting up, so it'll get pushed down if there's dirt on it. I'll try and square it up. About a 2-foot hole, not quite 2 feet deep. But one thing he did say was that don't worry about roots that are too long. It's better just to cut them off rather than trying to get them to fit in, because they'll try and loop back, and that's a mess. So I trimmed off a couple. I'm gonna bury it in, and then what you want to do, I don't know if y'all can tell, this one kind of comes up this way. I need to find probably this bud here, trim it there, so it kind of comes back in the middle a little bit, just so I have a main center pole. But we'll get it buried back in real quick and we'll go from there. clay is fun. All right. Anyway, so you get the idea. I'm gonna go get a rake this in, finish it up. Now I just need to repeat 11 more times. And y'all don't want to hear me breathing this hard for this little bit of work. So anyway, thanks for watching, y'all. I'll probably put up a quick clip of them all being done. So talk to you later. All right, I'm all done. I got all 12 of them planted. I've got them trimmed to put so that this, like the bud that I left at the top, will lead it in the right direction. I've got them spaced. So I have a Lakota, then a Gafford, and then a Lupon, and then Lakota, blah, 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 blah. And that's because since they're cross-pollinating trees, you don't know which way the wind's going to be blowing. So if I need them, one particular tree to pollinate another one and vice versa, the wind during the pollination cycle may be wrong if I put them all in one line. So if that row needed to pollinate this row, but the wind was all blowing that way, I'd only get about half. So hopefully, intermixed as they are, I'll get everything. All right. So next step will be to do some pre-emergent spray. And I'll do a separate video on that here in a little bit and explain all of that when I do it. So have fun. Thanks for watching.